Hey guys, Ralph here, and welcome to True Power Health on this sensational Saturday here in Connecticut. Life's good, campers. Life's good. Listen, I already put up a video today, and I was all set to sit back and watch the ball game, but I stumbled across this by Ben Shapiro. I like Ben Shapiro, very, very bright man. Don't agree with everything he says, but extremely bright man. So I am one to listen to what Ben has to say. And he did this thing on Sam Harris. Now, I don't like Sam Harris at all. Ben Shapiro is light years smarter than Sam Harris. Sam Harris, if you don't know, fancies himself an intellect, and it's important to him to tell us everything that we don't know and what to do. And he's just wrong so often. But he was in my domain with these vaccines and all this sort of stuff. And guys, I just had to call him out. He's an ass. He doesn't know what he's talking about. First of all, look, I first learned about vaccines, I'm going to say about 25 years ago. I studied the knee of Gary Null for 2 years. I went into New York twice a month for 2 years and just absorbed everything this man had to say. And he has written countless books and done CDs and DVDs and research after research after research on the absurdity of vaccines. Okay? Now, he, in a nutshell, without getting into an entire video about vaccines, he feels, and I agree with him completely, they are useless. They don't work. They don't reduce the severity. They don't stop the disease. In every single case, vaccines have not worked. Okay? Second of all, John Rose, who I have started watching about 5 years ago, agrees, same thing. There's no information, research anywhere that can prove that a vaccine works. Okay? Now, there's mountains of evidence, go back to Gary Null for a minute, that in many cases vaccines can be severely detrimental, especially to young kids. Okay? So I just don't buy anything about these vaccines. Okay? Now, second of all, another reason that, other than the proof in the data that they don't work, is that is just plain not the way germs and disease are spread. These diseases are diseases of filth. I'll get to that in a minute. If they are Louis Pasteur on his deathbed, it's not the microbe, it's the terrain. It's not the germ, it's the terrain. It is a disease of filth. Now we're talking about two different terrains here. One is your inner terrain, how clean you are. That's why I do my juice cleanse, and I strongly suggest you get it. Juice cleanse to the max. Hang on, got it right here. $10. Okay? $10. Juice cleanse to the max. Get in touch with me on that email at the end of this video. I'll have it to you today. Anyway, clean out the terrain. You don't get sick. Clean out the terrain in which you live. There was a reason that New York City and California and whatever were the epicenters of this virus, because of the filth of the city. That is where these diseases grow. It's just a fact. Okay? Now, let's put COVID aside for a minute. Let's take malaria. It's not the mosquitoes that are the problem. It's not the rats that are the problem. It's not the insect. Yes, they are the carriers, but it's the filth. They didn't get malaria by themselves and then go spread it. They get the malaria in the terrain. Years ago, Bill Gates, in all his glory, where he's going to save the world and tell us morons what to do, went over to India armed with nets for mosquitoes, vaccines because he's heavily invested in big pharma. Billions of dollars he made from this. Okay? And nothing. Didn't do one thing. Didn't save one life. Malaria is still rampant. It wasn't India, it was part of Africa. Was it Mozambique? It was Mozambique. I'm sorry, it wasn't India. Okay? It's still rampant. Why? Because they have no sewage system. Raw sewage is just running down the street. Kids play in it. This is raw sewage. They wash their clothes in it. They take pans of it and boil to cook. That is why there is malaria. And these mosquitoes, rats, insects, get the malaria from the raw sewage. Now, all Bill Gates had to do to wipe out malaria in Mozambique was to give them a functional sewage system. That's all it took. A couple $100 million if he really cared about mankind, but no. He's better to go on Oprah and tell everybody how wonderful he's doing. And he goes over with birth control pills and day after abortion pills and all this sort of stuff. He's a piece of crap. He's an absolute piece of crap. I've done videos about him. But I'm getting away from the whole subject. But Sam Harris comes out and says, if it gets to the point where a virus or disease is just running rampant and killing children, then we have a right to go martial law and have cops knock on the door and at gunpoint force us all to get vaccinated. That's what he said. Now, if that's not an ignorant piece of garbage, I don't know what he has no idea what he's talking about. Now, I'm going to leave you with this. Tale of two brothers. We'll start with my brother. Younger than me. Okay? Drank the Kool-Aid about COVID. Hey, and I'm not knocking that because people were scared to death and they didn't have the knowledge I did. Gary and John know both. I tried talking to him, but he had drank the Kool-Aid. He got 3 vaccines and 1 booster. Okay? He got COVID 3 times, and he now has, I'm not sure if it's permanent, but it is an ongoing heart condition that he got from the booster. And the fact of the matter is, if he became apparent that powers that be said he should get another vaccine, he'd do it. The vaccine did absolutely nothing, and the booster almost killed him. Me? Heck, I just do a damn juice cleanse, Chris. I just do a damn juice cleanse, and I haven't had a sniffle. Never been vaxxed, don't plan to get vaxxed, haven't had a sniffle. Okay, that's research of 2. All right, I get it. But guys, it's not research of 2. The research is in. We have been scammed. We have been scammed big time, and I'm going to do more of this. Now, I probably won't put this up on YouTube. I'll put it up on Rumble. Okay? Maybe I'll just advertise it on YouTube. Okay? But I had to say something. All right? Listen to Gary Null. Go on his website and listen to any DVD, CD, book, anything. He's got mountains of research on vaccines, their harm, the fact that they do no good, and anything by John Rose. I suggest them both. My gurus. All right? Eat and drink your fruits and veggies and buy the book and make yourself COVID proof. Love you all.